And we are live. Guys, I'm so proud. Where's the shield? I don't even have a shield on this shirt. I'm so proud of this team. This shield that is dying because of so many times that I put it on the dryer. My goodness, what a game. What a game. I feel like a proud dad, where your kid goes here to this game, may not get the result that's needed, but overall, we still managed to come through with a very good and exciting result. A result that at the end of the day is not good enough. Of course, 1-1 is not what we want, but it's something that honestly fills me with a lot of joy. It fills me with a lot of joy because the performance that we saw from every single player today was good, was incredible. I know that the sound might have been a little bit low earlier, but I changed it around, so that shouldn't be a problem anymore. I'm so proud of this team. But like I say to you guys today, you should go to sleep calm, collected, because this Barcelona side is coming. For me, this game, the perfect thing is that this game will act as a title card, as a greeting, like a business card to the fellow European clubs in the world in the Champions League, because we are basically just putting our foot in the ground, our feet in the ground, and saying, Barcelona is coming. Barcelona is coming to you, and it's coming way sooner than you initially anticipate. This Barcelona side ain't gonna give up because every single player today gave their 100%. I am absolutely proud of every single one of the players. And I know some of you are gonna be saying, you know what? The performance of this said guy, of Dembélé, was not good enough. The finishing was awful. Griezmann was ghosting. And I don't care what you say, dude, because Griezmann was fighting to the last ball every single time. Every single time Des was on attack, he had to kind of run in behind and try to get it back so that the team can restart a counter-attack. Griezmann was there. Dembélé was constantly stretching out, constantly watching his space to create a complete nuisance for Marquinhos and the rest of the guys, passing, associating play very quickly, very effectively. The finishing, of course, was a problem of Barcelona at the end of the day, but that finishing is something that we cannot blame entirely on one player. We cannot come today and say Barcelona lost, Barcelona didn't complete the remontada because of Dembélé. That is complete awful. Barcelona lost this game, lost this tie, lost the qualification in the Champions League in the very first leg. Barcelona come here and perform the better team. And I'll tell you what, guys. I'll tell you what. This team performed better in this leg than PSG in the first one. Barcelona overall in these two ties, Barcelona were the better team. And I'm absolutely no ashamed, no afraid. I'm not scared of anything of the sort of criticism that you can throw at me today, because Barcelona did that. That's the truth. That's the reality of it all. Barcelona were the better team. Today, Barcelona gave un baño. Today, Barcelona cemented, dominated PSG to the very last second. Every single time Barcelona had the ball, PSG were constantly frail. They, of course, like I say, so many of you were saying, the finishing. The finishing. Yes, the finishing. We need to shoot. We need to have better players to even have more courage to shoot outside the box, to be able to not pass as much. All of those things are perfect, but that, in all honesty, is more credit to PSG because that's what they did. That's why they defended. Barcelona has had the same issue for very similar years, and Pep Guardiola era included this. The difference between this is not precisely about Dembélé here, about Griezmann there, about shooting outside the box. No, it's about constantly doing this route, because you may have games like this where your finishing doesn't go according to the plan. But if the first leg Barcelona did this, and okay, we didn't work good as finishing, sure, I blame it on the finishing, but we were so bad in that first leg that overall today, for me, it's still I'm proud. I'm not scared of what's going to become in the future. I'm not worried anymore, because I know those demons that has been pushing us under all this time around are gone. They're gone. They're all just left. The day that Laporta assumed the presidency, they are gone. And I'm not talking like someone that's going to be a spokesman. Guys, I don't come here and say nonsense just for the sake of it, for clicks, for views. I come here and say how it is. And Barcelona today put up very, very good performance, and you should be proud of it. You may not understand it now, but the next time you watch Barcelona, next year, the next Champions League, when you start seeing how this team is building and every single player is contributing to a collective, then you will know, then you will realize what this performance actually meant. And that is why for me, Koeman also, I don't know what he did particularly, but his team spirit, his ability to unify this dressing room in a way that previous managers haven't been able to is a criticism that we must give. Because today, Ronald Koeman, next to the squad, gave PSG a performance to forget. They were shaking in their pants for the entirety of the 90 minutes. As soon as the game started, the very first 10 minutes, PSG were like, oh shit, Barcelona are actually playing ball. They're actually playing like goddamn good. What the fuck are we gonna do? Because that's the thing. Our style of play is completely above everything of any other team around the world. If you play football this way and you actually dominate like this, as much consistency as you can get, then you are probably the best team in the world. And that's why we see Manchester City do this style of football many, many times. Bayern Munich is not precisely the same stem from this, but it's a variation. And that's the sort of things that you need. You need dominance, you need attitude, you need mental focus. You don't have to be the most physical player out there in the world to dominate. No, you don't have to. Today we had an 18-year-old kid, Pedri, dominating PSG. That's how it was. That's how it is. And that's how it will be. But we have to remain with this consistency, with this attitude, with the ability to react, and with the ability, most importantly, to criticize our own self and see where we have gone wrong. Because there were so many issues with this team that we were never going to catch up to PSG in terms of quality, in terms of pace. But if you look right now at every single player that were there on that field, Barcelona were far better than every single player that they had. Their best player was their goalkeeper in Keylor Navas. Mbappe was silent. Mbappe scored a goal up from a penalty, but after all, it was silent. Complete silence. And Mbappe and all the PSG players, you could see at the end of the day, they didn't celebrate it. They didn't go nuts. They didn't go like, hell yeah, we won in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. No, they were like, we actually fucking managed to go through. Because they were shitting their pants. They really, really were. They realized how tough of a game this was, and Barcelona how difficult of an opponent they will be. So I'm thankful that we actually made them do that. And I'm proud, guys. I'm fucking proud. And respect on this name, because this team is going to be coming soon. Barcelona is coming. Like, you know that the Game of Thrones thing? You know, like winter is coming. Barcelona is fucking coming to the cinema next to you. What a performance. Tarek Yunus here with our donation, $20. Incredible, Tarek. Thank you for the donation. What a wonderful performance we had today. We were just so unlucky. We couldn't have been 5 goals up in the first half if we were more clinical. We only get better from this point on. Vizca Barça, indeed. Like, if that's the thing, guys. So many people are talking about Agüero and stuff like that. Fuck Agüero. No, we don't need Agüero. There's one player that we need. And if you can make that possible, if there's any possibility to sign Erling Haaland, which I think there is to sign Erling Haaland, or Haaland, however it's pronounced. I think it's Holland. However chance we have to sign Erling Haaland, then we need to fucking go out there and get it. Because Erling Haaland today would have had a field day. Every single chance that Dembele missed, that would have been a positive for Haaland right there. That would have been goals. Goals, I tell you. That is why we need a player like that. We need a player that is a finisher like that. So get Haaland through the door. Rakshit Shetty saying, how can you be happy? How the fuck can I be happy? Because football isn't everything. Barcelona is a huge part of my life indeed, but there's many cycles to the same thing. This is not the end of the world. It's just football. Next year will come better, and the next one after that, and the next one after that, and the next one after that. I don't have a problem with this because there's such a long stretch ahead of time. The story isn't written. This season it's written, the chapter is closed, but guess what? There's always a new iteration, a new book, a new blank page to write. And that's why I'm not sad. I'm not sad, and I'm happy because I know what this team can do in the future. I just see this, and I'm not seeing a team that is just gonna be good for 1-2 seasons, like a Bayern Munich that's able to win, the Champions League 1 year in a row, treble, and then it's gone. No, I see a team that can build a dynasty, like we did with Pep Guardiola and Laporta before. So I really know. Public Enemy says, why are people so proud and happy? PSG did just control the game because they didn't even try to attack. If they wanted to, they could have scored more and beat us. That is Public Enemy saying to you, and nah, I completely disagree. PSG weren't. It's not like PSG could just turn off the engine and then go and attack. That's not how it was. PSG were sitting back because Barcelona were constant control of the ball, because you saw PSG trying to have control of the ball, but they constantly lose it, and they got mad with each other, and they were constantly talking to Pochettino. Pochettino was shouting, was saying, how can we regain control of this? Pochettino make the change of Diallo because he knew that they were constantly getting exploited through Dest and who it was. I think it was Dest and somebody else that were attacking through the right hand flank, but particularly Dest. I think it was Dest and Messi. He knew that was a problem, and he tried to fix that. Then he incorporated Di Maria, nothing changed. He took out Draxler, put in Danilo Pereira, nothing changed. Those problems the PSG had were constant and were just repetitive. And that is why, overall, it's not something that is just a problem of... It wasn't that PSG just couldn't turn up and go and attack, because if you say that, then you literally do not watch football enough, because there are ways of watching football and not just sitting back, relaxing, enjoying a beer while you watch football. That's the worst place possible. You have to honestly sit down and analyze what happened in the game. This team in Barcelona played incredible well football. And why I can be proud and happy, because I know what's going to happen in the next time. And I just tell you, try and change the chip. Try and open your perspective, because if you think like that, honestly, football is going to be very depressing for you all around. I see so many people that don't really get into the greedy, into the kind of like read between the lines. And once you're able to do that, then of course you're gonna be happy. The result doesn't make me happy. We're not in the Champions League anymore. Of course I'm not happy, but I know that with this team we're gonna be able to win. If the performance can go, and then we bring on somebody like Ansu Fati, like some people are saying here, like Felix Amoa is saying Ansu Fati comes in. Of course we're gonna be able to win that game, because I just know the finishing skills of that kid is way more prodigy of someone like Dembele. And I'm not scared, guys. You have to believe. You have to believe. If you're able to put past you all of the preconceptions that you have of the game, that is just simply based around results, then you're going to not enjoy life, and you're not going to enjoy watching football. I tell you, some of you are younger than me. I'm 21, and I've learned so much watching football so far. I have the privilege of supporting a team like Barcelona. They're the team that I fall in love with, and nothing's going to change. I also have the privilege of watching a team like Peru, that doesn't succeed, doesn't reach finals, doesn't do anything like that. But for me, the love for football is still there and remains, because there are different things you have to watch in football for that to happen. So please, change your perspective and enjoy football much, because if you do that, then trust me, you're going to have a very bad time. No Love Entertainment here, sending us here a $5 donation. Thank you very much, No Love Entertainment. And you say, Buga, imagine what Ansu Fati would have done, and yeah, I'm excited for the future. Vamos, indeed, I'm very with you right there. Ansu Fati will be watching this game and being like, oh gosh, I would have been wanted to go in that field right now. He could have scored 1, 2, 3 goals maybe. Ansu Fati is a clinical finisher, and that for me is one of his main kind of key attributes, and why it separates him from such a bunch of different players. You know, people talk about Bukayo Saka. People talk about who else? People talk about Vinicius, Rodrigo, whatever. Ansu Fati, something that he has, the difference that even someone like Dembele at 23 years of age doesn't have, is that his decision making is precise, and it's clinical, and it's accurate every single time. I haven't seen Ansu Fati miss a shot. Yes, of course I have, but I haven't seen him miss a shot in a sense where he didn't need to shoot. He always takes the right pass. He always knows when to shoot. Dembele doesn't do that. Dembele, Trincao kind of struggle with that. Ansu Fati has that key already, and Pedri does as well. When those two combine, I'll tell you guys, we are going to be basking in greatness. We are going to be basking in greatness, dude. We are going to be basking in greatness. I want to go and watch some. I want to read some of your performances right now. Sobi Kapuria says, Buga, today match, we just crossed the transition phase. We are now in a building phase. The base is now set with the pieces for the puzzle. We need to put in the right places. And from here is the only way up. I know. That's what I mean. The performance tells me that there's no more down. That's why I felt with Koeman so far. I felt that we hit ground bottom in Bayern Munich in the A2. But then after that, everything has slowly been progressive. Everything has been climbing up. And that's what I mean. Football is about cycles. Football is about knowing what's bad. And that's honestly why I don't feel honestly so depressed all the time about things like football, because they change. They constantly different change. The same with your life. You always enter these loops, these cycles where it's bad sometimes, but then it always returns with a bigger surprise. And that is what I feel with football is this, and particularly with Barcelona today. What were you saying as well? Yeah, the only way up. I agree with you precisely. Mikel Violin. Is it Violin? Violin? I don't know how to pronounce that. De Jong was simply amazing today. He could take the Busquets mantle perfect for it. I know, right? And the thing is that those two combined perfectly in the positions that they interchanged, because De Jong was acting as a third center back, but sometimes he pushed further forward, Busquets dropping deep, and there was that understanding between them that is really growing. And I think that De Jong is watching really closely what Busquets does as a player, because there are some keys of his game that are just kind of natural to him, that for someone like De Jong, he will need to learn them, especially if we want him to be a success at Barcelona. So indeed, I'm really happy about that. Mana saying Grisi underperformed, expected to be honest. I believe that Griezmann underperformed in the attacking phase of the game. Defensive-wise, it's always something that he's going to give you, but I do believe that he was associating the play. He was constantly linking up, and most of the time, kind of getting those scoring chances is something that we're not going to see from Griezmann now. And that is something that I believe we just have to kind of understand. And if we get someone in, like a striker, like in Haaland, like I've been saying so far, it's the player I want, I'm not going to hide it. Of course, he's going to be someone good. He's going to be improving a lot more because he will be able to have that player to bounce off. Now, Griezmann is in a position where he's the main player kind of collecting it. You saw Messi playing a lot of the chance, getting the ball and driving forward. But it was Griezmann doing the connection of the team. It was Griezmann associating the play and constantly trying to move around the ball from side to side. And that for me is very important. Griezmann from the right, bang to the left to the right, bang, Griezmann. Always there. And I like that from Griezmann. So yes, for you, of course, you're going to be wanting the goals. You're going to be wanting the chances, the scoring opportunities. But for me, Griezmann was great. For me, Griezmann was great, and I don't care what you say. For me, he was good. Vivian saying, Buga, I was listening to the beIN Sport commentators, and they said Barca brought players who don't fit Barca playing style, principles, etc. Do you think it still holds true today? What do you mean with the players that we brought in? You mean like Griezmann and all of that? It changes, because Griezmann in certain occasions, I do believe he was a player we didn't need. The same with Philippe Coutinho. But if you're talking particularly about the game in the substitutes, there's nothing we really can do. Like Pjanic, I wouldn't buy Pjanic either. Martin Braithwaite, I think honestly Braithwaite does fit Barcelona. I do think that Braithwaite does fit Barcelona. If we had an opportunity of selling Martin Braithwaite or Griezmann first, I would sell Griezmann first. I'll tell you that. ITUF Gaming saying, for all Bartomeu here with the bullshit saying we need to sell this guy and this guy, shut up. Happy plastic. I don't understand your comment. I don't think that's even a sentence. Whoever said Griezmann didn't perform stop the crowd. He played behind the scenes. He didn't really attack, but he was all over the pitch. That's what I mean. Like people just like to watch the superficial things. You need to get in it. You really need to get to watch the football to understand it. And perhaps, I don't know what age you are, but as soon as you watch more and more football, you understand. If you watch every single football, like it's a final of the Champions League, every single match, trust me, your perception of football is going to increase massively. It really is going to do that. Pokemon Geek saying, Buga, talk about the Messi golazo. Honestly, guys, I missed that Messi golazo. I missed it. I only watched the replays because I was typing I was something on Twitter and I missed that goal. I was like constantly watching like that, and then out of nowhere, Messi golazo. But in the replay, from what I can see, out of absolutely nowhere. And the curl on it was incredible because it went inside to the out. You know, it was kind of like a knuckleball, but horizontal, because a knuckleball is up or down. But still, incredible, honestly. Really good. Felix Amoa saying, Buga IMO, we need at least one center back, one world-class striker, and a refresh at the midfield, build the confidence of youngsters like Ricky and Liga, gain more game time. I agree with you perfectly. I think in the midfield we're done. We got players, Aleñá, Riqui Puig, De Jong, Busquets, Moriba. We got the players, we got the names. Center back, I think I would like one more center back indeed. If we sell Lenglet, if we sell Umtiti, we have Piqué, Araujo, Mingueza, and Eric Garcia. I think that'll be okay. But I still feel that if once Piqué leaves, there's one more position there to fill, and I would like someone like De Ligt, someone of real prime quality that we know actually have already existed, that has already proved that. Julian Koskam saying Barca get La Liga and Copa del Rey by Haaland and we move. I know honestly. Like I think the Copa del Rey, if we perform like this in that game against Atletico Bilbao, we can win that. 100% we can win La Copa del Rey. And then we can also play we can need to continue every single game and try to win and just get for La Liga. Today Atletico Madrid won, they were losing. So it's gonna be hard, but yeah. Yo Pierce saying, Buga, hear me out, Griezmann center back, actually think about it. Yeah, I know why people say that. I do not get why people say play Griezmann at left back, play Griezmann at midfield, play Griezmann at CDM. No, it's bullshit. It's so I don't know who sold you that. I heard so many people say it. It makes sense on a paper, it makes sense, but it really doesn't when you actually put it in a field sense, because Griezmann is much better in all of his other facets of his game than that defending. The reason why we see Griezmann defending and why he's honestly good is because he's an attacker and our mind reacts that way when we go, oh, Griezmann is attacking. I hear you guys, I hear you, but if you're doing that, it makes no sense because they are way better CDMs, they are way better left backs, way better center backs, way better midfielders, And there are not that many way better center forwards than Antoine Griezmann. It's just this system that doesn't really work. Get Griezmann out of the side and get him in a team that actually work. Return him to Atletico Madrid, and trust me, guys, you've seen how big of a player Antoine Griezmann is. I don't know who sold you that crap, but I don't get it. I'm sorry I'm this harsh, but I really don't get it. I really, really don't get it. I just want to hit the super chat that I missed. No Love Entertainment with a $2 super chat. Petty, Fatty Top 4, our future is bright. I know. But there's one more super chat. Okay, here from Sam saying Dembele was playing for his country today. I get it. And Amir Mullah Football with another donation saying today I'm the proudest ever. If there was a duel, we'd break our head, but we would still win the header. Oh, I get you. Okay, yeah. Today, like I said, every single player tried their hardest. Every single player gave it them all. It's honestly incredible for me to see. It was really, really good. 8744 saying, Buga, do you think Sabina Mingueza was a good idea? It was a good idea in retrospect, I must admit, because of the yellow card. So yeah, I feel that that it was the right decision to sub Mingueza. I'm talking about Mingueza. Mingueza was incredible. Mingueza has ever since Mingueza received that message, or we received that message of Mingueza from Koeman saying that Mingueza doesn't cut it for the big games. That's fake. Mingueza played today an incredible game. He was aggressive on the ball. He had Mbappe in his pocket for pretty much like the 30 minutes that he was in the game, the 40 minutes. He was proper winning that battle. And the same with Junior Firpo as well. People are saying talk about Junior Firpo, and yeah, they were putting in good performances. I have to say, Firpo was in my opinion, he was playing good against Mbappe. He was playing good. People are saying we came here to win, not to compete. And yes, we came here to win. But guess what? We came here to win last year as well. And sometimes to fix and win back again, you need time. And it's not about just turning the chip and doing that. There's no a single team in this world that has been able to do that. So don't bring it here. Open your perspective. Watch more football. I just need to say that. Like, there's no way you can come up and win this game like that. That's the reality of it all. It really, really is. MC Chino says, read my super chat. Where's your super chat? Did you actually send a super chat? I don't see it, dude. I don't see it. I'm so sorry, dude. I'm so sorry. I didn't read your super chat. I'm so sorry, dude. I'm so sorry. Koeman should seriously consider his sub timing. I agree with you. I feel that Koeman should have done better in that aspect of his game. His subbing wasn't the best. It really, really wasn't. But yeah. Lenglet, Umtiti, Griezmann, Pjanic, and Coutinho should all compact their backs and leave. Yeah, for me, Pjanic is god-awful. He hasn't given us anything so far. Umtiti is a dumb player. Lenglet, like I say, if we plan on get rid of Piqué, then we need to keep it Lenglet. But if we are keeping Piqué, then just say goodbye to Lenglet. What is your front three for next season, including signings or not signings? If I'm including signings, it would be Ansu Fati, Messi, Haaland. Of course, that's what I would like. But if we are not including signings, then it would be for me. If we are not signing a single player, for me it would be Dembele, Ansu Fati, and Messi. That would be my lineup. It's frustrating. This is for Rohan Pandey. Yes. It's frustrating. I'm frustrated with Dembele as well because he could have done much, much better. But I think I'm fine. I'm fine with it because I cannot blame him on that. I really can't blame him his entire performance on just his finishing. He, of course, is going to look at himself. He's going to be trying to improve. And that's something that he just has to do. And it's going to come with time. And yeah. Some bad decisions like the Lenglet foul is stupid. I know the Lenglet foul was very, very dumb. And for me, there was a penalty on Dest from Keylor Navas because Keylor Navas comes up and raises his elbow like that. opens up his body to make the foul, and that's not body to body contact, because body to body contact is just going like this, bang, with your shoulder, with the side of your torso, not opening your body up in the movement while doing it. And I believe that Anthony Taylor watched that and he thought like it's just a contact, and that's why he didn't believe it was actually a foul and didn't got revised by VAR. But that's something that I would have done in VAR. I think we should have watched that back, because honestly that was a penalty in my opinion. Navas had an advantage over this. That is also something that we must consider, because Navas and the goalkeepers, they always have this sort of advantage in their own area, right? We saw it with Neuer in the World Cup. We saw it against Higuain. We saw it the other day. We saw it yesterday. We saw it Marquezin to Ronaldo in Porto versus Juventus. So I guess this also makes sense. So for me, it still was 50-50. I would have given it, but of course I'm biased, so yeah. Yo, Pierre, Buga, do you think Haaland has any reason to come to Barca? I want him really bad, but want makes him Barca pick over Manchester City. Why? Because I still feel that Barcelona has a better project for the future. That's the thing, because people say, oh, we win next season, but do you? Do you? That's the thing. You have to properly think about your move, not right now, and about the future. And that's something that hopefully when you are older, I don't know how old are you, but when you take those decisions later in your life, about do I move here, do I work in this company, do I go and work this other place, you have to start to think really about what is the best decision for you, not in the moment, but for the long run. So I really would understand a Haaland pick in Barcelona, because if I'm Haaland, honestly, which club would I join? I think I would honestly say Barcelona. I understand the Manchester City point. I understand it. But I feel Manchester City, and this sounds so wrong, but I think they're in a very similar position to Barcelona at the moment. Because they have the team, they're going to be growing, and if they don't win the Champions League this season, then the next season, depends. Depends a lot. Depends honestly a lot. I think between Manchester City and Barcelona, but I don't think it's that difference. It's that big of a decision. Julian Cosco, kind of sad. Barca needs Ansu Fati's finishing this bad. I really, really do not finishing. His finishing is in top class. Koeman used Griezmann really well as a second cam center forward besides playing Messi. Griezmann offered an additional outlet up top when Messi was covered, and he took a lot of the defensive duties too. That's a good analysis. And big up for, who was that? That's from Pre-Umix. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. DT saying, we are young and talented. As long as we can take care and develop our players, we'll dominate this decade. I am 100% agree with you on that one. I feel that per youngsters in the world, Barcelona has the best youngsters by far. Like, honestly, if you take a look at the youngsters, we have very, very good ones. Mingueza and Araujo have one of the best potential to come. Mingueza and Araujo have the best potential to become one of the best center back duos in the world. I have agree. I also feel that. I feel that Mingueza. The thing is that I need to see him more as a center back, because he's been playing most of the time as a third, as a third kind of right-hand sided center back of a free. So yeah, but I would like to see how he can be better. Billy Ray saying flash sale Dembélé, Griezmann, Coutinho, Umtiti, Lenglet, Pjanic. I think those are good numbers. They're not too bad. Lenglet and Umtiti would go for less, in my opinion. Coutinho would also go for less, and also Griezmann. Dembélé, I wouldn't sell Dembélé, and Pjanic certainly way less. Would you sacrifice for Haaland? That's difficult, because I would still keep Dembélé. I think out of Griezmann, Dembélé, and Coutinho, you keep Dembélé. But Haaland, I would probably sacrifice that, but I would like to keep him as well. We miss Suarez today. We say that, but Suarez hadn't scored a single away goal for Barcelona, so... Buga, Moriba is nothing like Pogba. He's much more like a Goretzka, Bayern, Paulinho, Barça, or Turel, Barça. People need to stop making better comparisons because of physical attributes. But I don't get the physical attributes that you mean, because I do feel that Pogba is more... Moriba is way more creative than Goretzka. And Pogba is kind of does the same movements as Goretzka, but he's way more creative. I still feel he's more of a mix of the two. There or thereabouts. I don't feel he's like Goretzka. I don't feel he's like Paulinho at all. I don't really feel that they're very similar at all. I feel that he's like, yeah, I get your. He's more like Paulinho, like Goretzka, but he's more creative. He has more of a technical ability. That is why he's combined with Pogba. I don't feel he's compared to Pogba because of his physical attributes, but I feel he's compared to Pogba because of his talent and quality on the ball. Fia Daniel saying Pedri's generation of Series C. Did you see that Pedri dribble went through? Ooh, yes, Daniel. In that in the second half, right? He was in the top right corner of the pitch. I tweet about that as well. Pedri was so good today. Tendei Mudei say, Buga, you look sleepy. What time is it where you are? It's not that late. I'm just tired because of the game. It's 5:44, so it's not really that tired. It's not really that. I say that, right? I'm tired. It's not really that late, but yes, I'm tired. It's just from all of different things that I've been tired. I just feel I need to sleep sometime soon. MC No Chess, MC Chino says Buga FC. What my super chat said was that we could still win La Liga and La Copa del Rey. Do you think that we'll still convince Messi to stay? I think we can. Give me a minute. I promise you something, and I kind of want to attempt to do it. I hate when the chat just suddenly just fucking loads all of a sudden. Sometimes it's just out of nowhere loads, and that's not good for us. Let me refresh the page. Give me just 1 second. But yeah, keep your questions coming in. I'm gonna read them. Keep your questions coming in. Okay. Ahmed 545. Where are you, country? 545 in Peru. Buga, I don't really want Agüero. We should sell Suarez because we say Club de Amigos. Bring Agüero just to Messi would be a big step. I know, right? Bringing back Agüero would be literally the worst thing that we could do because we're going against all of the principles that we know. Dembélé and Mo Salah, I would take Dembélé over Mo Salah. And people are going to be like, what? But yeah, I'm going to take it. Murillo is very talented, but he might be slower than Busquets. Almost 100 likes, guys. Yeah, indeed. Drop a like. Refs, let's go. Too many 50-50 chances. I know, right? This ref was... Anthony Taylor is normally a piece of shit when it comes to refereeing, but today he wasn't particularly horrible. I think it was okay. Some VAR decisions most of all, but he really kept the game going. So whilst there are as many things as I hate about him today, there were many things that I feel that were good because he always kept Barcelona ticking, and that's good because Barcelona are favored with referees like that, referees that let us continue the play. So yeah, I like that. Mbappe, Umair Ahmad Khan saying, hey Buga, Mbappe is kind of using for space. I know, right? If Mbappe doesn't have space, he's just out of the game completely. And that is why I honestly prefer Haaland. I feel Haaland is... I don't know if he's a better player than Mbappe, but I feel Haaland will be better for us than Kylian. I just feel that way. I feel that Erling Haaland is the way. I prefer Haaland over Mbappe. I really, really do. I would like to see that from you guys. Who do you prefer, Haaland or Mbappe? Aren't Barca broke? Yeah, you're broke, but what Laporte is trying to do is shift the short-term debt into a long-term debt, which is not something you should do in real life. But what Laporte is doing basically is that he's getting more debt. He's borrowing more money to then fix the short-term debt and then have longer-term debt so that then we can pay it correctly, which is a good way of doing it, but it's risky. And that's basically his plan. That his plan of Laporta is that basically he's trying to get more money in, get more money by borrowing more money, and then do the debt that is short term, make it long term. That's his way of trying to kind of fix this. People are saying Haaland, Mbappe is user versus very deep blocks. If Koeman improve his subs, then we can go a long way. I know Haaland all day, Haaland over Mbappe. I had Mbappe's attitude. I hate Mbappe's attitude. Haaland and Mbappe not extend when he doesn't have acres of space. Haaland 100%. We need Haaland seriously. Haaland over Mbappe every day. Haaland. If there's someone comparing Mbappe with Prime Messi, I believe Pedri has the potential to be great, but I don't think he should be starting over Ricky. Ricky's smart, but Pedri can create something out of nothing and we control the game. I don't know. I feel they should be able to play together. I would do prefer Pedri over Ricky. People will gonna call me, oh my god, you're such a hater for Ricky. But I don't know, I've seen him play more, so that's one of the reasons. I do feel that Ricky needs more game time, but it shouldn't be one over the other. People didn't say Xavi or Iniesta, people said Xavi and Iniesta, so why don't you try and do that as well? Why don't you go and say Ricky and Pedri and not Ricky over Pedri or Ricky or Pedri over Ricky? Just have both of them. PSG to get trashed by Bayern. I feel PSG will have a hard time in whatever they face because their team is still not the best they can be. So indeed, I feel they need to be better. People are saying Coutinho one more chance. I also feel Coutinho could need one more chance. I feel his chance will come at the end of the season if he's ever fit again. But yeah. Liverpool, no UCL, and Subin Van Dijk. Man can dream. By the way, I saw Koulibaly wants to leave Napoli. I wouldn't buy Koulibaly, not now. While Sal Sangma saying Haaland or Mbappe because we need someone to penetrate through their center. We already have players who can play on the wings. I agree with you 100%. Fatih Haaland Messi looks incredible. I know. Fetsus Dancel saying plastic fans Barca stop attacking on Dembele. Have you guys suddenly forgotten what he did in the Copa? He got behind the defense brilliantly, but this finishing is the problem. Stop hating. Do I like Adama Traore? Not really. I don't feel he's that good. I think he's okay, but not that good. Buga, please answer this question. What do you think about Firpo? I think Firpo is very good. I think Firpo in this formation particularly can be very, very, very much of a useful tool and very good of a substitute. The thing is that we don't know whether we're going to be playing this formation all the time. I think Firpo is okay. For what Firpo is now, that's fine. I don't think Firpo will become the best left back ever in the world. But I just feel it's fine. So I don't really find that much problem with keeping Firpo. If you want to sell Firpo to bring somebody else in, sure. If you want to promote Alejandro Balde, sure. But I would keep Firpo so long because we know what we have with Firpo. I don't think he's that bad. I don't think he's half bad as people say. I would still sell him probably, but you know what I mean. Firpo is good. Honestly, Dembele is really pissing me off. I know, but there's nothing we can do. If we can buy Haaland, who should we buy instead? Not really, not anyone. I would still be able to say for Haaland whenever the chance may be, but if we cannot buy him this window, probably Darwin Núñez from Benfica. Ronaldo couldn't score Messi's goal, he couldn't have. Although he has scored pretty awesome goals too, so we shouldn't really be comparing them at the moment. What else? I'm just reading so much Twitter right now, and I see all of the players being very, very happy with it. Very, very happy with it. My goodness. Such an incredible... Oh my god, I just saw Messi go again. That goal from Messi. Oh, that goal from Messi outside. What a banger. Dude, if Messi had scored that penalty, this would have been a very different story. I'll tell you that. Very, very, very different story. Just incredible. Just honestly incredible. I feel that Barcelona can win at least one trophy today, and that is what we need. That is what we need to kind of remind us of. We have La Copa del Rey, we have La Liga, we have to fight. There's no point in thinking the world is ruined. Why do people feel the Champions League is the only thing that matters? Of course it matters, but to win it, you have to go properly. You have to be proper prepared for that. And Barcelona were not this season, and we are building to that. So yeah, keep dreaming, keep believing, and we are gonna get there soon. My chat is going crazy again. I just need to wait for a minute for it to load. Do you think Alex Collado should join the first team? Yeah, I think he should join. Buga, would you have Barca would have won if they had Haaland. It's pretty easy for me to say yes, but I think they would have had a very, very, very bigger chance. If we had Haaland, we would have had a way of a bigger chance to win. Talk about Messi penalty that wasn't retaken. Oh yeah, that is something that I want to talk about, guys, and we should probably start wrapping this up because I honestly want to go and be calm because I'm really, really tired. I think Messi's penalty should have also been retaken because if you take a look at what happened, Messi's shot, it was off the post, and then Verratti kind of Verratti touched the ball and kind of kicked it out, but Verratti was inside the area before Messi took the penalty, before Messi took the shot. So if VR were really checking, that should have honestly been retaken. It's sad for Messi being missed that penalty. In be complete honesty, Messi didn't took that penalty correctly. That penalty would have been taken way better. So yeah. Buga, who's the best American player at the moment? In my opinion, probably Jonathan David from Lille. I think he's performing the best out of every single American player right now in Europe. So yeah, I think probably David. When will Fati return? I have no idea when he'll return. Buga is never cancelled. He shows no more love for Barca. He celebrated as if he were never Barca. I love him, but him abandoning us waves the first American downfall. What do you mean his Neymar cancelled? Is he bad? No, he's not bad. He's one of the best players in the world. Haaland really wouldn't fit our Barca style of football. He isn't good when in possession, can only attack. Mbappe is a versatile attacker and can play over attack. I think Haaland, honestly, I've said that before, like you, but if you watch Haaland's play, his passing movement is actually not that bad. It's actually not that bad. And his associative game is very, very, very precise as well. So I would feel that he could play. Oh, Canadian. Oh yeah, you're saying David is. Oh right, David is Canadian. You're right. He's Canadian. I forgot. Who could be better? Probably. I don't know. I don't think it's Serginho Dest. Maybe Weston McKennie. Maybe Weston McKennie is the best American player right now. I mean, I don't know how much he's been playing for Juventus of late. Who could it be? I'm thinking. Timothy Weah is not getting that much game time, so I wouldn't even put him into the table. I think, but what I mean is that the best CONCACAF player right now, I think, is Jonathan David right now. The best American player, Pulisic is not getting game time, but if we're really talking about quality, it's probably Pulisic. If we're talking about just talent, it's purely Pulisic. About right now, maybe Gio Reyna as well. I don't know. For me, it's between Reyna, Pulisic, and Weston McKennie. If we're talking quality, we're talking which player right now is playing the better, I think probably Reyna or McKennie. I don't know. I haven't watched too much, so I don't really count me on that one. In terms of talent, Pulisic for me. I have seen Pulisic done stuff that I have gone honestly like, wow. Pulisic versus Liverpool, where Chelsea lost last year at Anfield. That game was impressive from Pulisic. I'll tell you that much. I was really impressed with that game. He's gonna be mad in the future. Who's gonna be mad in the future? We're overall Pulisic. Yes, what I mean. Overall Pulisic, but right now probably Gio Reyna. Your channel and videos are so much boring. Thank you. Then why are you watching them? Thank you for giving me the view. I cannot say it. Tecatito Corona also played incredibly well yesterday against Juventus. He really played really well. But overall, guys, I just have to admit that I just wanna close it there. I just wanna leave it there. I think we've talked a lot. We're just getting derived into all different topics, and that's not what we actually need. So indeed, I just feel that we talked a lot about PSG Barcelona. I'm gonna do a more in-depth analysis about this game later because I really think that we need to comment about this more. Messi leaving? No, I don't think Messi's leaving. To be honest, I don't think he's leaving. So indeed, I feel we covered pretty much all. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us today. Subscribe to the channel and seeing you together. And I'm just gonna read this one thing that actually caught my eye, which is Tim Oscarson saying, "How wasn't Kurzawa's penalty a yellow card when he should have gotten a red card since Lenglet got a yellow with the card by the penalty?" I know that's the stupid decision that the referees sometimes have, but I cannot describe to you. I honestly really can't. Anyhow, thank you guys for joining out, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Ciao. Thanks for coming.